Dr. George Cromack, RenewYourself.net, rejuvenation, renewal, weight loss, youthing. Yes. Today I'm going to just make a few comments and observations because it's come up in consults with patients and clients over the last week with the application of the phase 1 low glycemic diet with live foods. You have to understand that that is therapeutic. In other words, it's an application for a fixed period of time to help get your Candida under control and to deal with sugar issues and inflammation. If you're not diabetic and you at that point after several months still do not have a major Candida infection that's going on, you need to kind of move off that and start gradually moving towards 1.5, 2.0 and getting a little bit more fruit in your diet, especially as it gets warmer. It really, in my opinion, 90 days is enough to get the kill off of the proteoids and a lot of the Candida and whatnot if you're not diabetic. And at that point you should be starting to move into a little bit more flexibility and latitude with your diet. I've seen a number of people the last couple of weeks that I've talked to that aren't diabetic and don't have Candida, and it's 2 years out and they're still on a phase 1 diet, and this is maybe not going to be optimum choice in my opinion for most people doing that all the time long term. One, it's just too restricted. Two, it's actually hard to digest too much raw vegetables after a certain point depending on your digestive fire, but raw cellulose in vegetables actually does take some work to break down, and trying to get your protein and other calories and from a lot of fat and basically seeds and nuts, they're also very hard to digest. And then so if you're living on 98% of the day on seeds, nuts, and vegetables, that actually starts to a certain point kind of get an overload in terms of a taxing digestive load on your digestion. Then people can start to get gas and bloating, and or you're not actually assimilating that higher percentage of nutrients from there. So it's kind of a two-cross thing. We have people on the one hand trying to detoxify, get toxins out of the body and replace with healthier cells, and two, at the same time, most of you are actually maybe overweight, whatever. You're actually starving at the same time because the food you have been eating has provided a lot of calories that aren't exactly nutrient dense and easy to digest. So then you're stuck with a lot of work physiologically to excrete the waste products, to try to break it down, to try to digest it and actually get the nutrients out of it. So wearing the body down, a lot of work, maybe excessive weight, and at the same time actually depleted and nutrient deficient. So I want you to think about that, and we are going to explore this topic further as we go on. That's Dr. George Cromack. I have to get over to a faster's check-in back at the tree, and we will see you tomorrow. Aloha.